the narrowest and most mountainous part of the peninsula. U.S. Fifth Army, British Eighth Army. Stopped for 5 months. At Anzio, 100,000 men sweating it out. We couldn't move. Stalemate. March 15th, we bombed Cassino, our immediate objective. Good job of bombing. Didn't work. Our infantry didn't advance. It was the wrong use of air power. Wrong because we were not taking advantage of the airplane's greatest asset, its ability to get behind the enemy. That's what the air planners wanted to do, get behind him. Lieutenant General Ira C. Aker, commanding all the air in the Mediterranean, British, French, and American. Major General John K. Cannon, Uncle Joe, commanding the 12th Air Force. And Brigadier General Gordon P. Seville, 12th Tactical Air Command, the brass upstairs who run the air war. They said, let's not hit him here. Let's hit him here. Let's isolate the battlefield. Let's weaken the entire German front by depriving it of supplies, fuel, food, ammunition, reinforcements. They call the plan Operation Strangle. This is what we want to do with airplanes. How? A lot of railroads in Italy. This is the enemy. Keep the trains from getting through. A lot of rivers in Italy, and over 700 major bridges. We figured if a train came to one, and it wasn't there, it'd be kind of tough to get across. Medium bombers got many of the important ones, but bridges are long, narrow targets, difficult to hit and destroy. Took a lot of trips, bombs, planes, men. We started to use a special weapon. A fighter bomber, the P-47 Thunderbolt. One engine, one man, one bomb at each wing. Extra fuel tanks for range. 6-5 crew chiefs taxied from the dispersal points to the end of the runway. Line up the squadron. What pilots have to do is climb it, take them away. If you're a crew chief, you've got your own P-47. Sometimes you think of it as your personal airplane. The pilot is something you lend it to every day. You let him fly around with it, and then bring it back in good condition. No bullet holes or flap holes. After you've been lending your airplane to one pilot for a long time, you get attached to him too. If you're a pilot, no matter what your rank or how many hours you've had, what counts here is the combat flying you've done. Unless you've done plenty, you're a beginner. You're called a sprague. And you remain a sprague until you're wise to the tricks of the trade. After you put a few missions behind you, you become a sport. Then, with plenty of action, 50 or 60 missions, if you're still around, you're promoted. You become an old sport, a veteran. The big shots, like Gil Wyman, are called wheels. No one knows exactly why. This fella's a wheel too. Says so in his plane. Major Richard O. Hunziker of Tucson, Arizona. Got 179 missions. Your crew chief can't go along, so you always like to tell him what you're going to do. Got a triple threat mission today. Each section's going after a bridge. I'll come in on a course of about 40 degrees. Same old thing. Go out there and dodge around in the ack-ack. Dive bomb out of a left-hand turnabout and carry the bombs right on down. We're flying top cover on the other two sections while they bomb, and then we go in ourselves. Weather's supposed to be taboo, so maybe we'll have a good show. All set to go. But you don't. You wait. You wait for 5 minutes. is always rough. Thunderbolt's a heavy airplane. Besides, you've decorated it like a Christmas tree. Belly tank. Rockets. Guns. 500-pound bombs. Cameras. Breakneck, full leader here. Clear to take the runway for takeoff. Over. Roger, full leader from Breakneck. You're clear number 1 to take off. Roger, Breakneck. Thank you. The mile of steel runway would shrink to nothing under you. Halfway down, by the tower, you'll be committed. That means you can't slam on the brakes and stop. Once you're committed, you usually go up. First pair, Wyman and Gustafson. First pair off. Second pair taxis out. Golf and Bridges. Made it okay. Mandan Richardson. Smith and Atwood. Come on, get her up. Hickok and Morrow. Last pair. Welby and Hunziker. The squadron is airborne. Over Corsica, then out to sea, on the deck. Miles east to Italy. Flying from Corsica, you go only 60 miles, you're 150 miles behind the German front. Turn again on that castle. Now you're heading north, into the mountains. Leader section, red section, black section. Formation flying. The game would follow the leader, the squadron leader. He navigates, makes the decisions. Doesn't tell you what to do, does it? You follow. Wingtip to wingtip. He turns, you turn. He climbs, you climb. Climbing still to 10,000 through the clouds. Getting close. Start man, ease back. Keep the formation spread out. There's a checkpoint. That road. Follow it down to the river. The first bridge should be down there. Somewhere. There it is. Pass over. Come back and attack from the opposite direction. One of the tricks you've learned. Leader section goes into loose string formation. One plane behind the other. Then, Wyman peels off. The rest of the section follows. At 2-second intervals. Last man goes in. No bomb sight in the P-47. Pilot does his own aiming. Bomb bursts from the planes ahead. Couple of misses. And direct hit. Hope your aim is good. Drop your bomb. Pull out. They black you out for a second. Blood drains from your head. You're young. It comes back fast. You're all right now. Leader section reforms. Top cover. Watch his red section bomb. A miss.